Mario,
Hello.
what has this been like for you, man?
Well, it's a hell of a ride. Look at this. Like, it's a lot of going on right now in my life. Racing and media and interviews. And it's just been a hell of a ride.
And a lot of winning, too.
Yeah.
When did you realize something kind of special was going on here?
Well, if you ask me that question, I can go 4 months back in my life right now, and I was just waiting to go back to Vancouver, to hasten to my people. I just do my usual, I felt comfortable in there because I wasn't doing that great here. And all of a sudden, I'll have another show happen in my life and then just turn my world upside down.
So let's go through this. Usually in the winters you go to San Francisco, and then this year something changed. Take us through that decision leading into that and what happened from there?
Well, Troy Taylor and Mr. Glenn Todd, they always send forces. I always go to San Francisco. I've been doing that for 3 years. But last year, I think they got into a little dispute. I really don't know the details, but somehow we couldn't get any stalls on Golden Gate. So I guess Mr. Todd knocked doors on Santa Anita. They say there was no problem for us to come down there. So just one morning, and we were eating breakfast. And then he was like, Mario, guess what? You're going to Santa Anita. You're going to the big leagues, bud. And I was like, are you kidding me? And I was so happy at the time, and I was so excited because, that's where everybody wants to be. Every jockey wants to be out there because there's top jockeys, top trainers, the best of the best right there.
I mean, that's the big leagues.
Yeah.
What's the Derby and the Preakness?
It's unbelievable, amazing. As a jockey, I think any NHL player, they want to go to the Stanley Cup. This is a Stanley Cup for us, for the jockeys. Kentucky Derby is the big one. Everybody wants to win that one, and it gets forever. You win it, and people will remind you for the rest of your life. Even if you pass away, then you're going to be right there.
I know it's been such a whirlwind, and you've been here and there and everywhere and flying all over the place and doing all the media that you've said. Have you had a moment yet to enjoy this, or are you so focused on what you have to do that it's business as usual?
Yeah, it's business as usual for me, right? The things that I can enjoy is last week after the Preakness, I got away from a week to Vancouver. I enjoyed that a lot, but to be honest, I really didn't have that time to enjoy. I just gonna have plenty of time after Saturday, regardless of the end of the outcome of the race. So right now, I just try to be focused because my horse is doing his part. He's training, he's doing excellent, he's doing great. So I just want to be at the same level as him, so I can't just distract myself. I won't allow myself to do that.
Doug said a win Saturday would be like his kids being born. What would a win Saturday mean to you?
I haven't won the race, so I'm a little bit different. Speaking of that, kind of I don't think about that because I haven't won it. Triple Crown means that you have to win 3 races. I have won 2. I'm going to go Saturday and fight for the 3rd one, no doubt about it. My horse is going to help me on that one. And right now, I'm just thinking at the Preakness. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about Belmont, sorry. I'm just focused about the Belmont, and that's the race I want to win, the Belmont. And if I take the Belmont, and then I'm going to take everything that comes with it, like Triple Crown and the whole thing.
Last March, I went down to Toluca, Mexico for the Davis Cup. There was altitude, there was heat, there was a lot of poverty. Tell me a little bit about where you come from.
From there?
Yeah.
A lot of poverty. I don't really talk about that much. It was hard. My family came from a very poor family. Those kind of days that you really worry about where you're gonna, if you're gonna have food on the table next morning or not. Dad was the only one that, brought money into the house so we can have something to eat. So right now when I think about it, yeah, it's tough. But I remember me like being 7-year-old, 8-year-old, like I was a happy kid, I didn't have those worries, I didn't have no shoes, but I didn't worry about it because I was happy. I didn't understand the part of life that was. So I was a happy kid, Yeah, we didn't have money, but we were okay with it. But now I got here in Vancouver, and then you just think about how things were like 20 years ago, and then I should respect so much my parents because I honestly don't know how they did it. Like I can't imagine myself being able to have a kid and then knowing that my kid probably won't have anything to eat tomorrow, and then just have a smile on my face. Like I honest to God, I don't know how my family did it. I'll be broke. I think they're the strongest people in the world, and just to make us survive during that time.
Was your dad your hero? Because you looked up to him. You wanted to be what he was.
I wanted to be like my dad, yes, speaking about horse racing, yeah. Because I was a little kid when my dad was started learning how to ride quarter horses at the age of 35. So yeah, I always wanted to be like that. I wanted to ride a horse. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be the guy who was on top of the horses. So, yeah.
So you're in Mexico City, you leave home, and then one day you're 19 years old, and what happened?
I moved away from home at the age of 17. I tried Mexico City first. I did good there. And then all of a sudden, some guy from Vancouver came along named Terry Jordan. Came along. Was looking for an apprentice. I was still an apprentice at the time. So he offered me to go back to Canada and try to work there, like as a jockey. So
are you scared? Are you worried?
I think my agent at the time in Mexico City, he made me confidence at the time. He was like, Mario, it's a great opportunities out of this country, and you can do way better if you're out of here. You can help your family, and you can do such more great things in your life. So, those kind of things at the moment, they just inspire me more to make that big jump. So I just took it. I remember, I didn't really hesitate to say yes to go to Vancouver. And then I ended up in Vancouver in 2006.
How was your English then?
None. I couldn't speak a word. I couldn't even say yes or anything. It was hard. I think that was the most hard part in the beginning, like being in Vancouver, away from home. You can't really communicate with anybody. You have to wait for that person that can speak Spanish and English, so you can ask for something you need or anything. So that part was tough.
And I read that you bought your mom a house. What did that mean to you?
Well, it means a lot because we never have a house. We never have really much of anything to call the was our own. So I moved out to Vancouver and I started doing well. I can think about it. You know what? Just buy a land for my mom. Just give her the house, They work so hard the whole their lives just to support us and somehow give us the education that they could give us to us. And so all I can think about it just build my mom a house, a place that nobody can go tomorrow and try to kick her out. That's her house and it will always be. So all my winnings for the first year and second, I buy the land and I build her house.